Hello my very dear students, how are you all? Students, today we are going to study a very important and interesting fact, or rather we can say we will be seeing the confirmation of kinetic particle theory by understanding the process of diffusion. So, how we can observe it? We can feel that when a bottle of perfume is left open for some time, the smell or the scent of the perfume soon spreads throughout the entire room. Similarly, if someone is smoking or some curry is cooking in the kitchen, we can smell it throughout the room or house even. How this happens and why it happens and what are those factors which support it. So today's lecture is all about understanding diffusion. So here I continue the discussion with a brief definition. Diffusion is the movement of a substance from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. So you need to memorize this definition first, that diffusion is the movement of a substance from an area of, that's very important, from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. The next thing, diffusion happens in liquids and gases. So we know that matter exists in solid, liquid and gas phase. So we will be observing only diffusion in liquids and solids. So why? Because the liquids and gas phase having randomly moving particles. So it's all about the movement of particles. So here we proceed. We study first diffusion in liquids. This is our normal practice while cooking or making some juices or during any home task or during our lab investigations. We see that when we mix liquids, they are evenly mixed up because the particles are mixed. And when we talk in terms of particles, we say they are diffused completely. So how this happens? When suppose we can demonstrate in the lab by putting a crystal of potassium permanganate, that's a solid which is deep purple in color. So we can perform this experiment in our houses also by putting a drop of ink in a water glass. So we can demonstrate diffusion in liquids by putting a small crystal of potassium permanganate in this glass jar, and we will be seeing that the crystal dissolves and spreads throughout the water body. So after some time I'll be seeing them spreading, then the color is darker, and finally after enough time I will be finding equal color of the solution throughout. So how this happens? Because the potassium permanganate crystal is evenly dissolved and distributed in the liquid. So this is what is diffusion. Diffusion is the movement of a particle from a region of high concentration. When it was in the crystal form, it was concentrated and only potassium permanganate crystals particles were there. Now it is equally distributed in the whole water body. So potassium permanganate particles moved from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration until they are evenly distributed. So this is the diffusion. Now we see how it can be triggered. The factors which affect the rate of spreading or rate of diffusion is liquid is none other than temperature. So beside the nature of the liquid and solid, we will see the temperature. Now temperature is very important, and we'll be finding that the higher the temperature, the higher the rate of diffusion. So hot water dissolves the crystals fastly than the cold one because the particles gain more kinetic energy here. As they are heated, the liquid particles gain kinetic energy and their energy increases, so their movement increases. As their movement increases, the diffusion happens fastly. The next thing, what is going on at the particle size? As I told you that diffusion is the movement of particles from the area of high concentration where they are more in number to the area where they are less in number. And how long it will be continue? Like suppose this is a dye which is in concentrated position. Now the blue particles will be entering in the crystal until there is a phase comes in which they are evenly distributed or evenly diffused in the provided liquid mass. So it goes on until it is completely mixed. Now we study about diffusion in gases. So what is different between gases and liquid state? The liquid is also fluid. It can move. The particles are relatively free to move. They can slide over one another. But when we talk about the gaseous particles, they are very far apart and they are more free, having much kinetic energy, so their moving is faster. Now when I talk of diffusion, the spreading process in gases, basic point is this is due to random motion of particles that cause it to spread. Okay, now in the diagrams I can see that this is, suppose this is a perfume drop which has to be diffused in the whole room. So the particles will be moving from high concentration to lower concentration, so they are evenly distributed in the whole provided space. So this is how diffusion goes on in gases also. So we can also demonstrate in, yes, and it will be done by taking a jar which is full of a colored gas, that's bromine. Okay, what is shown in this picture? I explain you. Okay, suppose we have a jar, glass jar, we call it as glass jar. This jar is full of bromine. Bromine is a reddish brown color gas. It's brown in color. So its present will be shown by its color. So I invert another empty jar and put a lid in between. Okay, so this jar is full of air which has particles in it. Similarly, this jar is full of bromine gas particles. As I remove the mid lid, now the bromine particles is spread from the higher region to the lower region, and they are moving between air particles. So I can see the color is spreading. A few minutes after, I'll be looking, the brown color is reaching the top inverted jar, and after enough time I will see that the color is evenly found all over the gas jars. Why this happens? Because the bromine particles are completely diffused with air particles. So how they are spread? Now there must be some factors which will be affecting diffusion in gases. Yes, first very important thing is what is the molecular mass of the gas which is under study. So we see the rate at which a gas spreads or diffuses depends on the relative molecular mass. So you have not calculated the relative molecular masses of gases yet. So I tell you that, suppose, but you have seen the periodic table. So suppose if you have hydrogen gas, it has 2 atoms of hydrogen, and you know each hydrogen atom has a relative molar mass or atomic mass of 1. So 2 atoms of hydrogen will be having 2 grams in it. Okay, next helium. When you see the atomic mass, relative atomic mass of helium in its box in the periodic table, you will be finding them 4. Then if I talk of CH4, methane gas. Methane gas has 1 atom of carbon and 4 atoms of hydrogen. So the carbon's relative atomic mass is 12 and each hydrogen will be having one relative atomic mass, so altogether they are 4, so I will be adding 4. So here I get 16. Similarly, you can calculate the molecular mass of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and chlorine. So this is your practice, and I will advise you to go through table 1.5 from the textbook. But you will just refer the textbook after practicing the molecular masses. So we see the lighter gases diffuse faster. Now we come on main conclusion that the lighter gases diffuse faster than the heavier gas. How it is happening? Because a lighter gas particle has less mass in it, but the heavier gas particle has more mass in it. So lighter the mass, fastly it can move, but as the mass increases, the movement becomes difficult. So hydrogen gas will be diffusing with the fastest rate as compared to other gases because it's very lighter. Yes, that's the main point. Now we can also demonstrate it by just keeping a glass rod, using this glass rod having two sealed ends. This is how. Okay, let me fix it. Okay, you see we can demonstrate this process of diffusion of or we can also study the comparison between the rates of diffusions of a lighter and a heavy gas. For this I need a glass tube which can be sealed at ends by using corks, and inside I have put a soaked cotton in two different gases. Okay, now this is clamped. Now the black screen is just to see the observation vividly. So one side I have soaked cotton in ammonia solution, that's NH3. Okay, and the other side I have soaked cotton of hydrochloric acid, that's HCl. Now as I perform the experiment, the vapors will come out of the cotton and they'll be moving with the relative speeds. Now two gases having different relative molecular masses, and out of these two gases, the gas with lighter molecular mass will travel faster. So when they meet, I get some white solid that's traced here. Look, why this white solid is formed? Because when ammonia NH3 reacted with HCl, these two gases formed NH4Cl, that's a solid. Okay, and as the solid is formed in the air, we are getting white smoke here. Rather we call it as fumes. So the presence of fumes, or the fumes were produced in this region which is quite closer to end B. So why it happens? Because when we compare the molecular masses of ammonia, and I write it here, okay, this is ammonia, the rate of ammonia is compared to the rate of HCl. Ammonia has nitrogen and 3 hydrogens, nitrogen is 14 and hydrogen is 3, so it gets 17. But when I add the relative atomic mass of hydrogen into chlorine relative atomic mass, that's 35.5. You can check it from the periodic table. The answer is 36.5. So 17 is lighter, that's why it moved faster than HCl. So it traveled to the distance. So how this happens? This is just due to reversion. The particles moved, and when I compare the rates, the ammonia particles moved faster than HCl particles. Or we can also say that ammonia gas diffuses faster than hydrogen chloride because ammonia has a lower molecular mass than hydrogen. So this is all about the mixing or comparison of the gases having different molecular masses. And the last thing is What can be the other factor? Yes, obviously the temperature. Temperature also governs or modifies the rate of diffusion of gases, and the same fact is the higher will be the temperature, the higher will be the rate of diffusion. What is the reason? Yes, the energy, because when we heat up gases, they absorb heat energy, they increase their kinetic energy, the particles move even faster, and they are mixed together, they are diffused fastly. I'm leaving you with the hope that this discussion is enough to understand it, because when you understand, you learn chemistry and you enjoy chemistry and you memorize it easily. God bless you, take care, and wait for my next lecture.